Story 1 of 6. Murder of Kumanjayi little baby and arrest of Jefferson Lewis in Alice Springs. Murder of Kumanjayi little baby and arrest of Jefferson Lewis in Alice Springs. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Jefferson Lewis, 47, was charged with the murder of 5-year-old Kumanjayi little baby on the 3rd of May, 2026. Kumanjayi little baby went missing from old-timers Iloperini town camp in Alice Springs on the 25th of April, 2026 at 11:30 p.m. Her body was found approximately 5 kilometers south of old-timers town camp near the Todd River on the 30th of April, 2026 around midday. Jefferson Lewis was arrested on the 30th of April, 2026 near Charles Creek town camp in Alice Springs after being beaten unconscious by locals. Lewis was charged with 2 additional counts of sexual intercourse without consent, sexual assault. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that Lewis was arrested on the 30th of April, 2026, but The Age and News.com.au mention he was arrested near Charles Creek town camp after being beaten unconscious, while ABC states he was arrested at a residence in Alice Springs. The Guardian and News.com.au state that Lewis was transferred to Darwin for safety reasons, but ABC and The Age do not specify the exact time of transfer, only that it was in the early hours of the 1st of May, 2026. The Guardian and News.com.au mention that Lewis was charged on the 3rd of May, 2026, but ABC reports that charges were laid on the 3rd of May, 2026 after an interview on the 2nd of May, 2026, with no contradiction in the date itself. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, News.com.au, SBS News, Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Story 2 of 6. Liberal Party retains Nepean by-election seat amid One Nation challenge ahead of Victorian election. Liberal Party retains Nepean by-election seat amid One Nation challenge ahead of Victorian election. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The Nepean by-election was triggered by the resignation of former Victorian Liberal Deputy Leader Sam Groth in February 2026. Anthony Marsh, a former Mornington Peninsula Shire Mayor, won the Nepean by-election for the Liberal Party with 38.5% of the primary vote and 63.4% of the two-candidate preferred vote. One Nation candidate Darren Hercus received 24.7% of the primary vote, finishing second behind Marsh. Independent candidate Tracy Hutchison received 21.3% of the primary vote. The Liberal Party has held the Nepean seat for all but one term in the past 40 years. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and The Age report that One Nation's Darren Hercus finished second with 24.7% of the primary vote, but ABC's Article 1 initially described Hercus as slipping behind Tracy Hutchison before later correcting to second place. The Guardian and The Age state that One Nation's Pauline Hanson was absent on polling day, while Newscomau does not mention her absence but highlights her campaigning efforts earlier. The Age and ABC report that the Liberals retained Nepean despite a 10% swing against them, but Newscomau's Roy Morgan polling suggests One Nation was leading in primary support in the region at 36% before the by-election. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, News.com.au and The Age. Story 3 of 6. Ukrainian tennis player Marta Kostyuk wins Madrid Open over Russian Mirra Andreeva. Ukrainian tennis player Marta Kostyuk wins Madrid Open over Russian Mirra Andreeva. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Marta Kostyuk, Ukraine, defeated Mirra Andreeva, Russia, 7-5, 6-3 in the Madrid Open women's final. Kostyuk won her second WTA title in as many tournaments after also winning at Rouen last weekend. Kostyuk is ranked 23rd in the world and Andreeva is ranked 8th. The match took place on Sunday, May 2, 2026, local time, or Sunday morning AEST, ABC, May 2, 2026, Guardian. Kostyuk converted all 4 of her break chances and saved 4 of 6 break chances for Andreeva in the match. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC states the match score is 7-5, 6-3, while Guardian states 6-3, 7-5, order of sets reversed. ABC says Kostyuk is 23rd ranked, while Guardian says she is ranked 15th, likely a typo in ABC for career high. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian. Story 4 of 6. U.S. Marine Travis Reyes survives deadly Osprey crash and life-saving medical treatments. U.S. Marine Travis Reyes survives deadly Osprey crash and life-saving medical treatments. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Corporal Travis Reyes, 21 years old, was aboard an Osprey aircraft during Exercise Predator's run on August 27, 2023, near Melville Island, Northern Territory. The Osprey crashed into the jungle on Melville Island, killing 3 crew members and leaving 20 survivors, including Reyes. Reyes was stabilized at the crash site by Dr. David McCreary from the Alfred Hospital, who performed a thoracostomy after his heart stopped. Reyes was airlifted to Royal Darwin Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery to remove his left lung and spleen, receiving 26 liters of blood. Reyes was transferred to the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne for ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, treatment, arriving on August 29, 2023. But not all outlets told the same story. The SMH and THEJ mention 3 crew members died, but do not specify their names, while ABC does not mention a specific number of crew deaths. SMH and THEJ describe Reyes as 21 years old, while ABC describes him as 20 years old during the crash. SMH and THEJ state Reyes was transferred to the Alfred on August 29, but ABC does not specify the exact date of his arrival in Melbourne. This story was covered by ABC News, Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Story 5 of 6. Thomas Clarke sentenced for brutal murder of John Hunter in Dimboola, Victoria. Thomas Clarke sentenced for brutal murder of John Hunter in Dimboola, Victoria. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Thomas Clarke was sentenced to 21 years in prison with a 15-year non-parole period for the murder of John Hunter on April 27, 2026. John Hunter, a 72-year-old man, was murdered in his Dimboola home between January 20 and January 23, 2023. Clarke pleaded guilty to murder in July 2025, while Jody Hill was acquitted of murder in a separate trial in November 2025. Clarke and Hill entered Hunter's house, where Clarke hit Hunter in the head with a hammer and Hill stabbed his eyes with a box cutter, carved his torso, and removed his penis and scrotum. Clarke was initially charged on February 2, 2023, and was deemed unfit for interview the day of his arrest. But not all outlets told the same story. News Kamau states Clarke pleaded guilty to murdering Hunter between January 20 and January 23, 2023, while ABC does not specify the exact date range but confirms the murder occurred in early 2023. News Kamau mentions Clarke's cousin and Hill went for a walk and were captured on CCTV being physically affectionate before the attack, but ABC does not reference this detail. News Kamau describes Clarke's mental health as including a psychotic-like state and severe personality disorder, while ABC only mentions trauma, racism, abuse, and mental illness without specifying the disorders. This story was covered by ABC News and news.com.au. Story 6 of 6. U.S. troop withdrawal from Germany sparks Republican concerns over NATO security. U.S. troop withdrawal from Germany sparks Republican concerns over NATO security. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The Pentagon announced a withdrawal of 5,000 U.S. troops from Germany over the next 6 to 12 months. The withdrawal represents about 14% of the 36,000 U.S. troops stationed in Germany. Senator Roger Wicker, Mississippi, and Representative Mike Rogers, Alabama, issued a joint statement expressing concern about the troop withdrawal. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz criticized U.S. progress in Iran talks, calling Iran's actions humiliating the United States. The withdrawal was threatened by U.S. President Donald Trump after Merz's comments. But not all outlets told the same story. The ABC article states the withdrawal was announced on May 1, while The Guardian implies it was announced earlier, Friday, May 1, but does not explicitly confirm the date of the Pentagon's announcement. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian.